So again, it was the Guadalajara team asked me if I could teach something more challenging during the retreats. So I don't mind. We've been doing a book on logic, but I've been working on this other book, I think 3 or 4 years, and it's by Jetsun Kappa. He wrote it when he was about 50. It was one of his best books. I've finished about 200 pages of it. I'm about, it's going to be 1,000 pages or something, okay? And it's very difficult. So I'm trying to translate the difficult things myself, because later maybe nobody can translate them, okay? Then the easier things you have to translate, okay? And it's a very wonderful book on emptiness. It's one of the best books on emptiness, okay? So he's following a book by Master Chandakirti. Chandakirti lived about 13 centuries ago. And he wrote a very famous book about emptiness. It's called Entering the Middle Way. And after that, there were many people wrote about emptiness. And that school is called Middle Way School. Xuanzang, what's the Chao? What's his Chao? Xuanzang? Tang Chao. He lived in the Tang dynasty. So he lived around 650. He lived around the same time as Chandakirti. So when he came to India, he missed Chandakirti. He didn't meet Chandakirti. So many of these books about emptiness, very strong tradition for over 1,000 years, didn't reach China. So I thought we should study those books and bring it back to China, okay? So that's your job. I'll teach you the book. But it's the most famous books on emptiness, okay? Then the structure of Chandakirti's book is it follows the bodhisattva levels, 10 bodhisattva levels. So there are 10 bhumis or levels of a bodhisattva, okay? And Chandakirti wrote a book called Entering the Middle Way. What's the middle way here? It's a book by Ayurnagarjuna called Wisdom. It's just called Wisdom, Prajna. People over-translate the title. It was meant to be elegant, wisdom, you know. And that's a very famous book on emptiness. Then Chandakirti explained it, okay, in 10 parts. These are the 10 bodhisattva levels, okay? So these are how a bodhisattva goes up to Buddhahood. They go through 10 levels, okay? Definition of bodhisattva. Semge pani, shendenchir yandazo bechanchu de, okay? This is the definition of bodhisattva. Who gave this definition? Maitreya. The next Buddha on this planet, so I guess it's okay. Okay. Semge pani shendenchir yandazo bechanchu de. Bodhicitta is the wish for enlightenment. For the sake of other people, for the sake of all beings, want to become Buddha myself. I want to become Buddha so I can help everybody. Okay, that's a definition by Maitreya of bodhicitta. When you get that wish, you're a bodhisattva. Okay, if you have that wish, you're a bodhisattva. then for someone who saw emptiness directly, that wish is based on a special experience that they had when they saw emptiness directly. Okay? Right after you see emptiness directly, you can have a special experience. We're going to talk about it in DCI level 7 in Taipei. Okay? So that person, after see emptiness directly, it does something to your mind, and you are able to see all the worlds there are. Okay? So don't be a frog in the well. Do you know the story about the frog in the well? This is a famous story from the Hitopadesha. These are Aesop's tales before they came to Rome and Greece. They were called Hitopadesha in India, and it means there was a frog in a well, and he's feeling very like a peng mao. He's the main frog of the whole well, you know. Then he has a friend who's a crow, and the crow used to come and land on the well and talk to the frog. They were friends. Then the frog was a little bit too conceited. I'm the king of this well, you know. Then the crow said, "You're getting a little bit conceited, you know." He says, "Yeah, but it's true. I'm like the best person in this whole well, you know. I'm the main frog in this whole well, you know." And then the crow said, "I think you need to learn some humility." The crow said, "Get on my back. Hold on to my neck." Then the and they landed on the beach in Goa. He said, "Don't open your eyes, don't open your eyes." And he said, "I just want to check, you're the king of the well, right?" He said, "I'm the king of the well." "That's the largest water in the world." "Yes, open your eyes." He opened his eyes. He saw Pacific Ocean. His mind exploded. He died right there. I think it's better the crow didn't take him. It means don't think this is the only world, okay? That's kind of stupid, you know. That's like saying Bowie is the only town in America, you know? Okay. Anyway, when you can see all those worlds, if you meditate, and you can see them at the same time, okay? Many billions of worlds at the same time. And during that meditation, you see the face of every living being in every world. Ants, fish, birds, wild pigs, people, all of them you see in a few minutes. And you know you will become a Buddha and take care of them. Okay, this is a thing that happens to you if you meditate enough. Okay? So, what you are doing in these cabins, the goal is much bigger, okay? The goal is much bigger. At that time, you can see how many years before you become Buddha yourself. You can see which planet they are going to assign to you, okay? If this is your planet, you take care of it. No, it's too big. Sorry, that's your planet. Then, you know, Jesus got a planet and Buddha got a planet, and you're also going to get a planet, okay? Don't think small. So, when you have that experience, you're a bodhisattva, okay? Real bodhisattva. Later, and sometimes before, the bodhisattva can see emptiness directly, okay? When a bodhisattva sees emptiness directly, that's called Bodhisattva level 1, beginner. Okay, beginner. So how many people saw emptiness in the last 2,000 years? I don't know, 3 or 4, something like that. So to reach that, then you're a baby bodhisattva, first level bodhisattva, okay? Then you have to go 10 levels, okay? Then you become a Buddha. On the first level, you become an expert in the first of the 6 perfections. On the first level, you become a master of the first of the 6 perfections. What are the 6 perfections? What's the first one? Giving. Second one, being nice to people. Third one, don't get angry. Fourth one, enjoy working hard. Number 5, meditation. Number 6, wisdom. Understand Kongxing, okay? So at the first level, you become an expert at giving. But after you saw emptiness directly. So now you are giving with emptiness. You know how to give with emptiness understanding, okay? It's much different from other giving, okay? So if you didn't reach that level, and you share things with other people, we can call that giving, okay? If you saw emptiness directly, and then you share things with other people, we can call it the perfection of giving. And it's different. It's a different thing. The first one we say is in this world. The second one is beyond this world, okay? So in Tibetan, Jiktenbe Jimba, giving which is still in this world, and Jiktenbe Depe Jimba, giving which is beyond this world, okay? So I gave you 150 pages. This is Tsongkhapa's explanation of the first bodhisattva level, okay? That book which you got, Stanley can translate it, haha. Good luck. It's very difficult, extremely difficult. Even the English is extremely difficult. It's all about how to give with emptiness, okay? How to give with emptiness, okay? And that's the highest giving, okay? If you give to 1 million people $1 million each, it's less good karma than if you give to one person a piece of gum with bodhicitta and kongxing, with emptiness, okay? Much more powerful to do the one, okay? Much more powerful. So we should learn how to do that, okay? Because we want to do powerful giving, okay? We want to learn the giving which is beyond this world, okay? So that's where I'm going to start. And then I have several cool subjects for you. I picked out the best from the best, okay? All right? So I like you to follow up here and don't follow in the book. Because if you follow up here, you can watch me. And then later you can read the book. Okay? But you should make a note in your notes. I'm going to start on page 138, 138. Okay? And in the file, Adam, you can say the different kinds. You can just search for the different kinds. There you go. We're going to start up there. Yep, up. Stop. Okay, we're going to start here. Okay? I'm just going to give you the best of the best. I'm starting near the end. Okay? Then we'll go backwards. Okay? Here we go. Now, Tsongkhapa is explaining Chandrakirti's book. Chandrakirti lived about 800 years before Tsongkhapa, okay? Then Tsongkhapa, there's a special way to write explanation in Buddhism. You can hide the words of the other author inside of your book. Okay? So he will hide Chandakirti's words in his explanation. And then people who memorize Chandakirti's words will enjoy it more. But since nobody memorized those words, in the monastery we have to memorize them. Okay, we have to memorize a few thousand pages of books. Okay, so even the kids, by the time they're 15, they memorize this book. Okay, but you didn't. So I put it in for you. Okay, I put in the Chandakirti's poetry, and I put italics where Tsongkhapa is hiding the words. Okay, and I'll show you as we go. So Tsongkhapa, I need air conditioning. That's the only way anyone's going to understand this class. I gave you the verse from Chandakirti, and then I'll show you where it is, where he hid it. So this first piece here is the verse from Chandakirti. It's chapter 1, 61st line. Giving which is void of anything which is given, and anyone who receives it, and anyone who gives it, is what we say is a perfection beyond the world. Okay? The best kind of giving, there's nobody giving, there's nobody receiving it, and there's no gift. Okay? So let's say I have a rosary, and I give it to Venerable Phil. I'm not going to do anything, don't worry. When I give it, I can just give it to him and he says thank you and I feel happy. That's giving which is stuck in the world. Okay, it will keep me in the world. I won't go to the Tien, Amitofo, paradise. But if I give him the same rosary with understanding Kongshin, then it's a bodhisattva's action, okay, of the first bodhisattva level. Okay? What does that mean? When I give Phil the rosary, I have to think, he's empty, the rosary is empty, and Geshe Michael is empty. If I have those three ideas, then this is giving which will take you to Amitabha's paradise, Amitabha's paradise, okay? So it's a big difference, okay? The action is the same. Giving something, okay? In the first one, you aren't thinking about the pen. You aren't thinking about the pen. Just give Venerable Phil something. In the second one, you are thinking, he has Kongshin, I have Kongshin, and the rosary has Kongshin, okay? We call those three things the three spheres. Okay, they're called the three spheres in an act of giving. The giver, the receiver, and the gift are all empty. Okay? If you remember that while you're giving, the karma is 1,000,000 times more. Okay? The three kinds of spheres. And that's what Master Chandakirti is saying. Then it's a perfection and it's beyond the world. Okay? It goes beyond this world. Okay, now he's going to explain it. Okay? He's going to explain it. So we finished Master Chandakirti's poem, and now Tsongkhapa is going to start talking. Shipani tongwe sembe jimba diyang, jimba jawa dan lemba bo dan tongwa por, dembar mikpe tongbe shirab sapa me pe simban ni jikten le depi power to jimba shijawo. Tongwe sempe jimba, the giving of a person who is the giving of the person who is giving with a certain state of mind. The jimba jawa means the thing they are giving, lempa po, the person receiving the gift, and the tongwa po, the person giving the gift, dembar mikde, Demba mikpe tongba. That giving is without seeing him as real. Okay? It shouldn't see those three things as real. Okay? Okay. So what does it mean, real? Is this a real rosary? Then you can say, yeah, I mean, it's real. Why? If I hit you with it, you can confirm. It's real. The lamas do that to us in the class. If we look sleepy, we will get hit. Everyone wants to sit in the back. You have to go early to the class to get the seat in the back. But here, Tsongkhapa said, not real. This is not real. Okay? Then this is like the husband who's waiting at home when you come home. This is 1 week after what? You yelled at your kids. You are the stupidest kids in Shanghai or Guangzhou or Beijing. You, $50, honey. $50. Let's go, $50. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. You can give the money to Tim, okay? 50 US, not pesos. Okay. All right. I better turn mine off. She's gonna get me. She's too smart. Okay. So is this real? We said there were two husbands in the house when you come home. One is real, one is not real. Okay? Who's the one who is not real? The one who didn't come from you. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. He's mad. I don't know why he's mad. I didn't do anything today. Okay? Then the one who's not your fault is not real. It's not in the room, really. He's not real. Okay? Then there's the real one. Who's the real husband? Coming from your seeds. Coming from your seeds. Okay? That husband is real. So there's two husbands in the room. One is real. That's the one you planted by yelling at your kids last week. Then the seeds open, small picture comes out of your mind. You see a yelling husband. The husband who's not your fault, he's not real. Okay? When you give a rosary to another person, there's a real rosary, and there's a jenda and jinda. Jada and jenda. There's a real rosary and there's a fake rosary. Okay? The real rosary I got because I shared something beautiful with somebody last week or last month. Okay? The one which comes from giving, from sharing. The one which comes from sharing, is that one real or not? That's the real one. That's the real one. What's the one that's not real? You bought it. They made it in a factory in, I don't know, Mexico or Taiwan or, okay? That one's not real, okay? The one which came from factory, the one which you paid for, those are not real, okay? You cannot get a rosary unless you share with other people, okay? So when you give it, now, the person who believes this is real, I bought it, it was made in a factory. That person, will they have trouble give it to another person? Will they have some hesitation? Yeah, this I made the money. I made the money. Then I bought it. And I don't want to give it to somebody else. I just bought it. It's the best one left. There's no other good one there. I bought then that person will not want to give, okay? Now, the other person who sees the real rosary, I got this rosary because I was sharing with other people in the past. Phil says, I need a rosary. What will that person do? Take mine! Take mine! Why? You don't like it? No, because I like it. Okay? Because I want it. I will give it to you. Then that's the real way you make a rosary, okay? Then you're going to have rosaries the rest of your life, okay? All right? That's the real rosary, okay? So whenever you give something to somebody, you have to remember there's a real one and there's the fake one. Jenda, jada. Okay? So the real one, the one I got from sharing before, those people are happy to give. Take it, take my clothes, take my microphone, take my computer. Okay? Then they don't hesitate. Okay? Then obviously they're bodhisattva, better bodhisattva. Okay? If the bodhisattva understands this, they can give happy because they know they're planting more. Okay? All right. Then if Phil says, "Oh no, you keep it," then the bodhisattva say, "No, please, no, you please take it, please." Okay. So it's empty of believing that this is real. Sakpa mepa simbe. That's Sakpa mepa yeshi. Sakpa mepa is Vimala. The Tibetan is Sakpa mepa. Her name is Vimala. Mala means dirty, like maleficent or malos, tres malos. And Vim means not. So that wisdom which gives the rosary, understand Kongxing of made in a factory, Kongxing of bought with money. This is not made by money, it's made by karma. Okay? When you give that one, that's Jiktenle Depe Parutichimba. That's a perfection which goes beyond this world. Why? It will take you out of this world. Okay? It will take you out. This world means working hard for money, struggling hard for money. People ask me, how much you charge at Diamond Mountain? I said, nothing. They said, how big is Diamond Mountain? 60 acres. How did you pay for it? We gave away the classes. We went to the bank in the middle of the financial crisis and we paid off the mortgage 30 years early. They said, what are you guys doing over there? How much do you charge? Nothing. How do you fundraise? Half of our income we give to the other competition retreat center. Okay, understand? Okay, really, there's no debt here. It's huge. It's bigger than Singapore, I think. Almost. Singapore, small country, I think 4th largest economy in the world, so they must be smarter. Okay. And this is from the Great Perfection of Wisdom book. And then he quotes Perfection of Wisdom book. So the meditation of an Arya, which is mimikpa, goes beyond this world. Do you know this word, mimikpa? It's the same as mikme. Where did you hear this word? It's the first. It's called the mikme mantra. So the mikme here, he says, if you mikme, then that giving is beyond this world. Okay? What does mikme mean? Mikme means you don't see anything. You don't saw anything. You go into the kitchen, your husband call you stupid, but you don't see your husband. Which one? Jada, the fake one. Okay? A bodhisattva goes in the kitchen, only sees one husband. That's why they cannot get angry at that husband. Why? He come because you were angry last week at the kids. If your husband call you stupid in the kitchen, what's the one way to prove he's right? Yeah, call him stupid. No, you are stupid. Then you plant another stupid husband. Okay? If the husband says, you are stupid, and then you say, no, you are stupid, then you prove he's correct. Okay, understand? Okay. So Mick May say, when you walk in the kitchen and he says you're stupid, you're like, who said that? Where are you? Where's the one who's not my fault is... Okay, ready? Let's do it. This is a Tsongkhapa exercise. Finger exercise. Ready? Like this. Come on. Practice, practice. This is not like Orit's yoga. Or Kili. I wonder what the 10, probably means 10, kill me 10 times. Okay, now hold it up. Point to something in this room that didn't come from you. That's emptiness. Okay? That's the whole meaning of emptiness. Forget, close your eyes, look at black, black, black. That's stupid. Okay? Try not to think your thoughts. You're just going to concentrate on not thinking thoughts. That's also a thought. Duh. Okay? It's also silly. You can, trick your student in the future. Okay, we're going to exercise your finger. Okay. Now, hold it up. Okay. Now, point to something which didn't come from how you treat other people. And there's nothing. That's Kongxing, okay? If you learn it, you can be successful because you will give things to everybody and then it will come back 10 times. Jesus said, if it's planted well, it will come back 10 times. If it's planted really well, it'll come back 20 times. Don't plant it on stony soil. And if it's well planted, you get back 30 times, okay? That's true, okay? He's on the same wavelength as Tsongkhapa. Okay. The wisdom which understands that is beyond the world. The giving of a person who understands that is giving which is beyond the world. Okay? It takes you out of this world. In this case, world doesn't mean Diamond Mountain or Bowie or Beijing. It doesn't mean that. It means world of suffering, world of disappointment, world of pain, world of sadness, world of doubt, world of death. Okay? That's what world means here. Okay? People always say, I want to go to Amitabha's paradise. I don't want to stay at Diamond Mountain. Where is Amitabha's paradise? Okay, understand? Where is Amitabha's paradise? Change your eyes. You're already there. Okay? Okay. But if that giving is done without an understanding of Kongxing, without an understanding of emptiness, jiktemba, worldly. It belongs in this world of disappointment, pain, continuous cycles of problems, okay? Each one starts a new one, okay? This is very heavy. The division between worldly giving and giving which is beyond the world. If you don't have bodhicitta, you cannot understand it directly. Okay? You can understand what I'm saying. But it's not the direct experience, okay? There's two kinds of bodhicitta, okay? Regular bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta, okay? Regular bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. Regular bodhicitta, we talked about it already. You want to become enlightened so you can help the whole world. That's regular bodhicitta. Ultimate bodhicitta means seeing emptiness directly. Okay? Its name is ultimate bodhicitta. It doesn't mean compassion, it doesn't mean love, it means seeing emptiness directly. We call ultimate bodhicitta. Okay? So what it says here is, Dundampe Changsem Matopa, those people who haven't got the experience of ultimate bodhicitta yet, Munsum Dungyapa Minuso means they cannot directly distinguish between these two kinds of giving. They can talk about it, they can understand it intellectually, but they can't experience the difference, okay? That can only happen if you meditate a lot, if you go on a lot of retreats at a place called Dai Mountain, for example. Okay. De la paro ni korwe gyatso pardam dang lokte jimni malupa pangme sangye so. So now he's talking about the word paramita, bolomido. So in the ancient time in China, when people came with a Sanskrit word from India like paramita, they didn't translate it, they just did the sound. So the nearest character to par is bo, and then ra is lo, and mita is mido. So even now they say bolomido. But the Sanskrit word is paramita. Say param, ita, paramita. So he's starting to explain the word paramita. Okay? He's going to explain the word paramita. Para means the other side, like the other side of Pacific Ocean is China. Okay? If you swim from Los Angeles and you don't hit Hawaii, you will reach China. Okay? Then if you live in Los Angeles, China shoreline is para. It means other side of the ocean. Okay? Para. Ita means gone. Okay? Ita means gone. It exists in one English word. Almost all English came from Sanskrit. Most languages from Iran to Iceland come from Sanskrit. Greek, Latin, all Romance languages, German, English, and therefore American English, all of South America, it all comes from Sanskrit. So the word exit, that sign says emergency exit only, okay? Emergency exit only. The IT means gone. X means out, you know. The Chinese character for exit is this thing, right? Like go. It means the same thing. Exit means go out, okay? It means gone in Sanskrit and in English, okay? It. So param ita means what? Yeah, gone to the other side. You started swimming from Los Angeles 3 months ago, and you touched China shore, the beach, and you crawl up on the sand, then you param ita, okay? Param ita. Am is the accusative case, okay? To the other locative, objective case. You reach the other shore. Param ita, okay? Paramita. In American English, paramita. Americans always say paramita. Okay, paramita. Okay, param ita. Okay, gone to the other side. Okay, de la paro ni korwe gyatso padam. But in this case, the other side means the other side of the gyatso of korwa. What's gyatso? Ocean. What's korwa? This cycle, wheel of life. Okay, wheel of life. I'll show you a wheel of life. You ready? Okay. You're stupid. No, you're stupid. Okay? You answer, you plant a new seed. Next week he call you stupid again. You say stupid, and that's all. You don't need big philosophy to understand sansara. The Sanskrit word, sansara. Not samsara, okay? Sansara, okay? Americans want to say Sam. It's probably Joe's cousin, I think. Sansara. Sansara. I spelled it correctly in all the American Buddhist things. You spelled it wrong, Geshe-la. I said, no, I didn't. Sansara, okay? It means cycle, okay? Again and again. Husband calls you stupid. You are focused on the unreal husband, and you call him stupid back. That's the only way you can make a mistake if you don't understand your husband, okay? And then you start this cycle over and over, okay? And if you can swim across that ocean, you reach the bottom, okay? The far shore. Tsongkhapa says it's the far shore. Ngokte jimni malupa pambe sangye so. And that other side is called Buddhahood, enlightenment, okay? What's a good way to define enlightenment briefly, okay? Somebody asked me a good question. Geshe-la, is nirvana the same as Buddhahood? Is nirvana the same as Buddhahood? Okay. Nirvana means you got rid of all your negative thoughts. That's all. Okay? Then it's possible someone reached it during the 3-day retreat. They will not look different when they come out. They will look the same. Okay? You can't tell if a person reached nirvana or not. Okay? Ask them a really stupid question, like, I don't know, what's for dinner tonight? But you asked them 3 times already. What's for dinner tonight? Then if they get upset, irritated, don't ask me that. You asked me 3 times already. Then they're not they didn't reach nirvana. Okay? So you can check people. I wonder if Yi reached nirvana yet. What's for dinner? Poker also. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Then finally she says, stop that. Then it's a proof she didn't reach nirvana. Okay. All right? So nirvana means nobody can make you angry, not even your boyfriend. Okay. There are 2, so that's nirvana. Later, you can reach enlightenment. Okay? Enlightenment means your body turns into light like an angel. You cannot die after that. You can go to any world you want, and you can go to billions of worlds at the same time. No problem. You can play Joe Cocker and Dr. John at the same time. Okay? You have countless bodies. You can be on a bus in Los Angeles and help an old lady, and you can be on a bus in Beijing and help an old lady at the same time. On a billion planets, okay? So that's better than not getting irritated. Okay? All right? That's much higher, okay? So he gives a short definition of Buddhahood here. Jibni malupa pangbe sangye so. Jibni means 2 obstacles. Malupa pang means got rid of them 100%. Got rid of them 100%. Tell me the 2 obstacles. First one's called Nyundip. Second one's called Shidip. Shidip. When she is used in combination with a second syllable, it shades towards E. Shidip. Or Shidip. You don't say share. Shidip. Okay, good. So there are 2 kinds of obstacles. If you get rid of them, you're a Buddha. Okay? First one, negative thoughts. Okay? Negative thoughts. Anger, jealousy, desire, competition. Okay? These are, if you get rid of those, you reached nirvana. But shidip means you don't have any more obstacle to know everything. In English, there's a good word. If you try to give suggestion to somebody and they always say, I know. Oh, Jen, I thought maybe we should, I know. Then my teacher called me, he doesn't call me Michael, he calls me, I know. Because I always say, he tries to give me suggestions, I say, I know. He says, I know. But in English we call Mr. Know-It-All or Mrs. Know-It-All. Know-it-all. It means they know everything. But that's the definition of a Buddha. Okay? They can see future, they can see past, they can see now, they can see every world, all of them at the same time. All the time. They never stop. Okay? They never stop. They see all things at all times. So when a Buddha gives you a suggestion, it's a good idea to listen. Because they're like a doctor who sees you after you are cured already. When they look at you, you say, I'm sick. They say, take this medicine. They already saw that it will help you. They already saw that you will be over the illness. So it's a perfect person to give advice, is a Buddha, okay? And you can meet them, okay? If you meditate a lot, you can meet them, okay? They exist. Right now, you're just, because of Joe, you believe in Buddha. Just Joe's hard work. You don't know if there's a Buddha. You never met one. You know? You just believe. But later you can meet them, okay? And it's cool. And they tell you something. We operate 24 hours ahead. We are only doing things because hope tomorrow I can get some food, or tomorrow this boy will like me, or we are just thinking 24 hours ahead. Buddhas are thinking billions of years ahead. You know, so maybe what they ask you to do doesn't make sense to you because you're only thinking 24 hours ahead. Okay? Okay? So if you meet somebody, you think they're a Buddha, then listen. Maybe they can see what's going to happen in 500 years. Okay? They are planning ahead for 500 years. Diamond Mountain is planned ahead for 500 years. Okay? Oh, Geshe-la, we don't have enough money for salaries last week. You know, we are working 500 years ahead, okay? Don't worry about it. Okay. All right, Senbani Parotachimbo. And when we say param ita, it means gone. Sunba, start dictionary entries, sanaro sona, sunpa. The word sun by itself, S-O-N, is 99% of the time it's an abbreviation for saban. It's an abbreviation for saban, okay? It's like, I ain't got time. I don't got time? I do not. You see what I mean? Don't means do not. Sun means saban. It's an abbreviation for saban. But in 1 out of 1,000 cases, it means gone. It's an ancient word for gone, okay? And it's not song. It's not related to song. It's a different verb, sunba. Sanono sona sun, but is a very ancient word for gone, okay? And he uses it here to define chimba, which is the usual Tibetan for gone, okay? All right, therefore, parotachimba, ita, in Sanskrit. Now there's a 2-page explanation of the Sanskrit, okay? And I'm not going to do it to you, all right? I like it. It took me a month to figure it out. I'll just, no, because it's a long story, but I'll just shorten it for you, okay? Jetsun Kappa poses a question. Why did they call it param ita instead of pareta? When A meets I, it should change to E. Like avalokiteshvara. Avalokita ishvara makes avalokiteshvara. Okay? A plus I changes to E in Sanskrit. So it should have been para ita should go to pareta. Okay? But we have an objective case, like locative. I'm going to the other shore. So param ita. Okay? But is it ever allowed that the M drops out? Does it ever happen? And then Jetsun Kava goes off on a very rare Sanskrit case called, Sandhi exception called Pershodara, okay? Speckled belly cow. Okay. Why? It was really Pershat Udara, and the T dropped out, and it joined into Pershodara, okay, Pershodara. Pershat Udara. It's only interesting for you guys because he gives another example. The grammarians, the ancient Sanskrit grammarians give another example of this principle. It's just like the guy called falling into the holy water. Patat Anjali. Patat Anjali. Patat, falling, present participle. Anjali, into the Anjali. And the T drops off and it becomes Patanjali. Okay, Patanjali. So his name is one of the famous examples of this rare grammar principle. Anyway, that's why it's paramita, okay, and not parita. So we're going to skip a few pages, because I wouldn't do this to anybody. It was so hard. We're going to skip to, how about RKANG space PA? Good, stop there. Okay. Jimba Jinja Shepe Kamba Ni. Master Chandrakirti mentioned the giver, the giving, and the gift, okay? If you start to look sleepy, I'm canceling this advanced class. Let's go back to DCI level 1 where I repeat the same thing for 3 years. Okay, Jimba Jinja. Shibikambanyiki Korsum Mime Pato Bishurab Sungne. Those lines by Chandrakirti are talking about the 3 spheres. What are the 3 spheres? First one? Giver. Second one? Recipient. Third one? The gift. Okay. Korsum Mime Pato Bishurab Sungne. If when you give something, keep in mind those 3 things. Keep in mind those 3 things. Phil is coming from me. The rosary is coming from me. And me is coming from me. Okay? I'm coming from my old seeds. He's coming from my old seeds. The rosary is coming from my old seeds. Let's give it away. I can make new seeds. I can become the rosary king of America. I can have 1 billion rosaries. Okay. All right? De simbe jimbe parchin, chedak to shepayente. De ma simbe jimbe la sopanamni shirab ke simbe parchin, dang dawar parchin show. So, if a person says, I want to practice the 6 perfections, Geshe-la, tell me, what is the first one? And then I will say, giving. Okay? Then that person will start to give away things. Okay? Without understanding. Without understanding. Is it worldly or beyond the world? It's worldly, but it's still called perfection. It's still called perfection because it's similar to the perfection. A little bit. A little bit similar. Okay? We still call it perfection. Okay? Okay. Deyang shirabki ma singkyang chang chuk chemba ngope simbe parotu dowa ngepa la shakpichu jimbe parchinki ming ngepa gyuro. There's an exception about whether you call something a perfection of giving. Okay? You want to know the exception? Okay. If it's changchub chemba ngopa, okay, even if you don't understand Kongxing, but when you give this thing to Phil, and you say, I hope it makes me a Buddha later. Okay? I hope it makes me a Buddha later. Okay? I don't know about Kongshin. I don't understand. But when you give it, if you don't understand Kongshin very well, you can just say, I don't understand emptiness. I'm not so clear about that. But okay, I hope by giving this to you, I become Spider-Man. I hope I can become Buddha, okay, and help everybody. So if you do it with that kind of mind, we can call it perfection. You know what this means in English? It's kind of, okay. Parchingi Ming Nyepa Giro, we can give it that name. Okay, next. Dena paro chimbe dena paro chimba she lela jana sange ki sar chimba yinla di paro chimba chepa. I love this sentence. Okay? I taught it in the ACI courses. Okay? If I give this to Phil and understand the emptiness of him and me and this, is it the perfection of giving? Yeah, it is. Is it perfect? No, I'm not Buddha yet. Okay? It's not a perfection. Okay? I'm trying to reach perfection. Okay? So technically, you ready? Hold on to your seat. Okay. Technically, this is not a perfection. It's a perfectionizer. It's a perfectionizer. Okay? Paro to chin chepa. Say paro to chin chepa. Paramita-izer. It's going to help me reach the other side. It's not reach the other side. It's not really paramita. It's not. It's not bolomido. It's tried to make me reach bolomido. Okay? Understand? So all those 6 perfections, they're not perfections. Because you're not perfect. They are just to get you there. So in this case, we name the cause by the result. Okay? If you give the rosary with a knowledge of emptiness, it will make you perfect later. So we call it perfection. Got it? Understand? My teacher said, if you don't understand in the class, but you want the teacher to continue, nod your head. Then after the class, you can ask everybody what he said. Okay. Shechepa la jana, since perfection means working to perfection, lob lam nayang parchinyedo, we can also say that even before you reach nirvana, those things you do are perfection. Because they are taking you to perfection. Okay. You didn't reach the far shore. You're just a baby and you are giving something to Phil. Why should we say you reached the far shore? Okay. Well, because it'll get you there. Okay. It's like calling the boat the dock. Dock is where you park the boat in China. Okay, but if you call the boat the dock, dock is the wooden place where you park the boat, then on the day you leave Los Angeles, people say, what's the name of your boat? You know, Allison, what's the name of your boat? My boat's named Dock. But Dock is where you're going. Yeah, I know, but it's good luck. It means I won't die on the ocean, you know. I'm going to name my boat Dock, the Dock. It's a little confusing. It should be confusing. They are not perfections. You're not perfect. But we call them the 6 perfections. Okay. Like what?
Aspiring?
Yeah, you want to reach the dock, so you call your boat Dock. But you're not going to reach the dock for like 3 weeks. Okay? All right. I invented that. That's really cool. Okay. What time is it? What time do I have to stop? 6? I do? Okay. Is it okay to keep going? If you have to, if you want to reach the other side of the bathroom, just go. Okay? All right. I'm going to show you something else now. Let me see where. We're going to skip to page 131. Where's that? We're going to skip. No, I got a sexy thing for you. Okay, let me see. 123. I was in the car in Vienna with Peter and Masha and Reed and Scott, I think. And I reached this part in the translation because I was doing it in the car. And I got so excited, and we had a whole emptiness discussion in the car on the way to the airport. I like this part. Okay. Sorry. It's a word. Why did the Buddha? Why did the Buddha? There we go. Oh, that was it. Okay, stop. I'm going to take you to another section. It's called Why is the First Perfection Giving? Okay? Why is the first perfection giving? Why didn't Buddha make patience first, or meditation first, or wisdom first? Why did the Buddha start with giving? Okay? Why is the first one giving? Then here's Master Chandrakirti's poem. Can you go up a bit? All people here, meaning in this world, have a hope for happiness. And without stuff, people aren't happy. People need iPhones, people need Mercedes-Benz, people need nice house, okay? Or they can't be happy. So Buddha understood that. So Buddha taught giving first, okay? Most people, what do you want? I want an iPhone, I want a Mercedes, I want a house. Most people, that's what they start with. Is that a bad thing? No. I have an iPhone. It has my meditation timer on it. Okay? I have a house. I go there to meditate. I tried a cave for 2 weeks. I will never go again. 100 spiders crawling on me. A wolf came in. Then a green snake, rattlesnake. If they bite you once, you die. Nobody can save you. Okay? I'm like, I think I'll take a house. It has a thing called a door. Okay. Therefore, people want things. That's the first thing people want. If you want to attract people to spiritual path, teach them how to get stuff first. Later, you can trick them to coming out in the desert and spending 3-day meditation. Okay? Okay? But first you have to go to China and say, you can get rich. $200 million. Just do these 4 steps. Okay? And who did that? Buddha did it. Okay? People tell me DCI is not spiritual. Oh, I guess Buddha didn't invent it. Okay. So the first thing, Buddha said, attract people by teaching them how to get the things they want. And the only way to get the things you want is to share. Is to share with other people. There's no other way. No, Geshe-la, my uncle's rich. He never gives anything to anybody. He was nice before. Okay? Okay, here we go. Kewo dinam kuni tekom the nedan sadang soki dungyang chuchu pe dewa topa ngumba. Everybody wants to avoid being hungry, being thirsty, getting sick, being too hot, being too cold. Everybody would like to fix those problems. Chir chupa, say chir chupa. So, start dictionary entry, chir chupa. Chir chupa means to solve a problem, to repair a condition, a bad condition. Chir means back in this case. It's not the same as chichir, okay, which means because. Then chipa, bao chana ro chosa, ch means to fix a problem or to improve something. So the Chinese guests, the translating team, along with the Mexico translating team, and the German translating team, and the Russian translating team, next week you are going to learn there are two great divisions of all the Buddhist books which came from India in Tibet. One is called Kangyur, one is called Tengyur. Okay? Ka means the speech of Lord Buddha themselves, man or woman, is called Ka. Gyur means translated from Sanskrit into Tibetan. Okay? So we have 990 surviving books in Tibetan that were spoken by Buddha, and they are called Kangyur. Then we have 3,700 commentaries written in India called Tengyur. Okay, say Tengyur. Say Kangyur. If you come from East Tibet, you talk funny. And then you say Tengyur and Kangyur. So sometimes you're going to hear people say Tengyur or Kangyur, but you're not going to say that because that's just a local dialect. Okay? It's Kangyur and Tengyur. Tengyur means translated books, commentaries, not by Buddha. Okay? Like Shantideva or Nagarjuna or Asanga. Okay? The full name is Tenche Gyurwa. That's what I'm getting at. Say Tenche. Tenche is the Tibetan translation for Shastra. Shastra means commentary, not spoken by Buddha. Okay? Commentary from India, not spoken by Buddha, is called Shastra. The ancient book spoken by Buddha is called Sutra. Unfortunately, in Chinese, sometimes the word is the same, Jing. You know, like I Jing or Jing Kan Jing, or, you know, so it's confusing in Chinese. Shastra means spoken by non-Buddha. Sutra means spoken by Buddha. Both come from India, okay? The translation for Shastra is Tenche. Say Tenche. So it means a teaching which will fix the student. A teaching which will fix the student is the Tibetan translation for commentary. The word commentary, okay? Tenche, okay? Shastra. Okay, why did I say that? Chirchape dewa topa. Everybody in the world wants to ch the problems. I don't have enough money. I have too much credit card debt. My car breaks every other week. My wife is unhappy because we don't have any money. Okay? Everybody would like to fix those problems. Okay? Chirchape topa ngumba de mila sopa nangi dewa deyang. And if people don't get physical things they need, they won't be happy. Okay? If you have to stay in a cave to meditate, you're not going to be happy. Trust me. Okay? And if you don't have enough to eat but you want to meditate, you're not going to be happy. Okay? If you get sick and you can't afford to go to the doctor, you're not going to be happy. Therefore, the Buddha taught giving, because that's how you get those things. Okay, that's how you plant the seed for those things. What time to get? 6? Okay. Longche denam kyangni ngun jimbale chungme sunam sakpale chungma kene. And the Buddha knows that the only way to get the stuff you need to practice well is to share it with others. The Buddha knows that. Kien, okay? Why didn't they use the word shepa, which means to know? Why did they say kemba? Yeah, honorific. So Tibetan has high words and low words. When you're talking to your friends, you say shengidwe, do you know? When you're talking to your lama, you say kengiyanam, do you, holy being, know? Okay, there's a separate language. Then there's a higher one that used for letters. So if you want to get confused, study Tibetan. Okay, the only way to get stuff is to plant the seeds. Okay, therefore the Buddhas who know what everybody wants, che dambo jimbe tamni zete. Say che dambo jimbe tamni zete. They only teach giving first. Okay? Extremely. Okay? The che means extremely. Okay? Jimbe tam, the stuff they talk about. Tam means stuff you talk about. Okay? It means, hey, what stuff are we going to talk about? Tam ni. Nothing except giving. At the beginning, the only thing they're not talking about kongxing, their emptiness, they're not talking about compassion. They just talk about, hey, plant the good seeds. Give things to other people, plant the good seeds. They only talk about that, okay? Ni means only, they don't mention anything else. DCI level 1. Duh. Oh. Okay, DCI level 1. Hey, you can make a lot of money. You can get rich. You can have a Maserati. And, every boy will want to know you. And, okay, then people are like, yeah. Okay, all right. That's how to help people at the beginning, okay? Then by level 7, you are teaching pure emptiness, okay? And they don't even know. Just, oops, I'm in emptiness class. How did I get here? Okay. Young. It's easier to teach people spiritual thing if you start with money. Okay, it's easier. Lawa. Get them in slowly. Money, cooking. Okay? Don't tell anybody in China. This is Diamond Mountain talk. Say Nangi Kecha. Nangi Kecha. Inside family talk. It's inside family talk. We don't... Geshe Michael's tricking all of you. Don't say that. Okay, next verse. Ningje Manxing Shintu Tsuk Shen Chen Rangdun Hlhan Nidu Gyurwadang Dedaki Yang Dube Longjinam Dungan Shi Gyur Gyur Chin Chung. Question for you. And we won't finish it tonight, but it'll be a sexy place to start tomorrow. Question for you. Okay, listen. Very important question. If you teach a person about seeds, okay, just a business person, okay, they're not Buddhist, okay, they're not interested. They just want to make some money, okay? So if you teach them about seeds, if you share your money with other person, if you help another person to make money, you will make more money, okay? If you teach that to I taught the mafia in the Ukraine. Okay? Some guy told me, hey, я хочу говорить там в ресторане, можно? Then I'm like, you want to take me to a restaurant? Yeah, this is a говорить. We'll just talk a little bit. I'm like, okay. Then I went to this restaurant. Everybody has a big lump here. And all the girls have miniskirt and fishnet stocking. If you can translate that, you're really good. Their stocking looks like this. They're all like, and all the guys are like. Then I said, What kind of restaurant is this? Special restaurant, private restaurant. You know, what are you guys doing here? Well, as you know, we are all mafia. Then I'm like, he said, can you help me? I said, yeah, I can help. Then he's an interesting guy. This is very beautiful talk. He said, I want to make more money, you know. Then I said, well, you have to use these 4 steps, help other people. Then he's like this, I don't know about this. You know, then I said, I have a suggestion. How many companies you have? I have 10 companies. Are they all mafia companies? Yes. Do you use mafia methods? Yes. Do you bribe all the government people? Of course, we have to. Then I said, one company, don't bribe, do everything 100% honest, don't hurt anybody. Just follow the 4 steps for 1 year. Promise me 1 year, one company will be diamond cutter and not mafia. Then he said, okay, I will do. Then I was teaching in Hamburg, and there's this knock on my door, bum, bum, bum. Then I open the door, he's there. Then I'm like, is everything okay? He said, I did what you say. I one company, I made no bribe, no corruption, nothing. 50% more money. Thank you so much. You know? Then I was like, now I'm the Lama for the mafia. So you can send all your mafia friends. But so the question is this. If a mafia guy uses the 4 steps with no love, no compassion, don't care about anybody, just themselves, just want to make more money, will it work or not? I'll give you a clue. Wait, watch. Same. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so somebody asked Tsongkhapa this question. It's a very good question. If this person very selfish, don't care about anybody, if they give to other person, if they try to share things with other person, will they make more money? Okay, so we are going there. You ready? We're going there. Ningje mentioned Shintu Tsup Shenchen. These people have no compassion. Shintu Tsup Semchen. They are cruel-minded. The mind is cruel. They easily shoot people, easily. Okay? Rangdun Hlorlen Nidu Gyowatang. They only care about themselves. Deda Ki Yang Dube Longchinam. Even those people, Jinlei Chung, they will get the stuff they want if they just follow this karma, this planting seeds. They will get the stuff they want. And that giving will stop their suffering eventually. Eventually. Okay? That giving will stop their suffering. Okay? That's Chandakirti. Now who's going to come and explain it? Tsongkhapa. Okay? The black letter in your book is always Master Chandakirti. Then the other is Tsongkhapa explaining. Okay? Here we go. What time I have to stop? 6? 6, right? Okay, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Adam, we okay? Okay, don't make me nervous. Okay, Kelte Jimba Tongwa Le Longchu Punsun Sopa Topa De La Tongwa Potsudan Tumba Gusam Nyamna. Does a person who uses this system of planting seeds to get rich, do they have to be a nice person? Do they have to have good behavior? Me good. What's me good? They don't need it. They don't have to be a nice person. It doesn't matter. You know, if a mafia or the Pope drops this, it's going to fall the same. Okay? Good. Dimi good day. Ditar Songba Shindu. Now here's very important for DCI. Many people came to me, Geshe-la, why you do DCI programs? It's not religious. Songba Shindu, you can be a businessman. Okay, who's saying this? Tsongkhapa, the person who started this lineage. He invented this. Okay? Songba Shindu, you can be a businessman. Norche, and you're very rich. Chungu Tamale, and you want to give a little bit of money. And Jebu Norki Pumbo, and you want to get a mountain of money come back. Okay? Someone comes to you, a DCI program, says, look, just share 10% of what you have. Just share 10% of your. You're going to be the richest guy in China. Okay? I told you, I went to Shanghai. I got to tell this story, then we stop. Don't forget where we are. I'll make a mark. This guy came to me in China, in Shanghai. Then I was leaving the talk, and I'm tired after the talk. I was leaving. He said, Geshe-la, I have to talk to you. Then I'm like, oh no. Then he said, I need to talk to you privately. I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of don't have time. I'm booked every minute of the next 10 years is already booked. You know, I'm sorry. But you can talk to me up to my hotel room. So I thought if I walk fast, it'll be okay. So I start to go to my hotel. I tried what you said, it didn't work. Then I said, why? He said, I didn't get what I want. Then I said, last year I met 18,000 people. I don't remember what you wanted last year. I told you I want $10 million in 1 year. Then I said, you know, I know how to make these people get quiet. I just say, did you do the 4 steps? You know, in the diamond business, we learn how to tell if someone is lying. Okay, I'll teach you. If you're talking to somebody and they start moving things on the table, they're lying. Okay. Did you do the 4 steps? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when you look in their eyes and you say, did you do the 4 steps? If they go like this, watch my eyes. Yeah. Watch. Yeah. If they look down, they're going to lie. They're getting the lie ready. Did you do the 4 steps? Yes. Yes. Then I know I got this guy. I said, okay, let's check one by one. Did you decide what you want? Yeah, I told you I want $10 million. Okay, you did number 1, I agree. Number 2, did you choose somebody else who wants to make some big money? Yes, I did. He didn't look down. I said, okay, he's telling the truth. Did you help them once a week? Yes, he's looking me in the eye. Yes, I did. Then I know what's coming. Were you happy that you used a new system that will help the whole world? Did you do Kafe Mingchang? Did you do Kafe meditation? Pretty good. Then I said, what's pretty good? Well, you know, like 3 times a week. 2 or 3 times a week. You know. All you have to do is when you're going to sleep, you just think about the good thing you did. It puts water on the karma. It makes it grow faster. Did you do number 4? No. I said, well, that's why you didn't get anything. Then he got angry. I didn't say that. I said, what do you mean you didn't say that? I didn't say I didn't get anything. You said it didn't work. I said, yeah, but I did get something. What did you get? $8 million. Then I told Scott like this, I wish I have this guy's problem. But when you're a teacher, you have to show very strict, you know. That's not being happy before you sleep, it costs you $2 million. Oh, I'm so sorry. Next time, do better. Okay. Okay? Why did I mention that? Oh. Huh? Yeah, so he wants to do small investment, big return. Okay? You can do it, but you have to know how. Okay? And even the mafia can do it. Okay? Even the mafia can do it. Okay? If they share, if they give. Okay? The motivation doesn't matter. Last thing. Oh, the Macau stuff. What's the way to get a boyfriend in this system? Go to the nursing home. Help the older lady. Okay? But if your motivation is bad, will you still get a boyfriend? I don't care about this old lady, I'll just use her to get my karmic seeds so I can get a boyfriend. Will it produce a boyfriend? Yes, but what kind of boyfriend? Selfish. He will use you for money, for sex, for attention. Okay? He will use you. Okay? So be careful. Okay? The money that the selfish person makes and the money that the bodhisattva makes are the same. But the selfish person, when they get rich, they're surrounded by creepy people. Okay? You know that. They're just using that rich guy. Oh, Mr. Wu, you look so handsome today. You know? I used to buy diamond, 300,000 diamonds a day. Okay, so when I meet the diamond seller, they're like, "Oh, Michael, your suit is so handsome today." You know. Then one time I told the guy, "Sit down." I said, "Just sit down." His name is Ajit Paralkar. I said, "Ajit, just sit down. Let's talk man to man, okay? If I'm not the diamond buyer for this big company, will you say my suit is nice?" He said, "Actually, Michael, that's a really ugly suit." But if you don't buy my diamond, I can't make any money. So your suit is very nice. You know. So if you give selfish, you will get rich. No, you will get rich. This is like gravity, okay? But you'll be surrounded by these people just want your money, you know. Then you lose your money and you call them, they say, "Excuse me, who are you?" You know that. You know that. Okay? So best is to give with a good heart. Okay? Then you're rich and you're surrounded by nice people. Like DCI people. Okay. All right. So I have a plan for today's class. So here we go. This is from Jetson Kappa.